So tell us a little bit more about how you develop a North Star for a company, because the CEO or the founder is going to have a bit of an idea, obviously has an idea. That's why he started it. That's why he went out
Yeah.
and got funding. So, and then ego must get in the way of that discussion, surely, as well.
Yeah.
So there must be, is there a process you use to develop a really clear North Star? And maybe you can give us some
Yeah.
examples of what they are as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'd say it's a little bit different depending on the stage of company. So I'm going to orient more towards earlier stage, and just for a few of these examples, knowing that with bigger companies, it's similar, but just with a little bit more complexity. But with earlier stage companies, more often than not, that idea, it was maybe a product or service, or there was a need in the market that the founder saw, and they might not be able to actually externalize what is it that got them so excited or motivated about that. So usually it's an interview process, and it's really pulling out of their minds what gets them excited. Why were they passionate? Maybe the founder is a great storyteller, in which case, if you are listening and you are a founder and you're a great storyteller, take your hand and give yourself a pat on the back, because that is one of your greatest assets that you'll have, not only for gaining resources for your business, but for aligning folks internally. But more often than not, people just don't understand. They want to take these images that they have in their mind, that they want to put them in the minds of others. That's really what influencing is all about. And they need help in that process. So interviewing them and focusing more on the why, similar to what Simon Sinek would say. He would say it matters more why we're doing what we're doing. And second, it matters what we're doing. But people will emotionally relate to why we're doing it. And so we need to articulate that, and we need to use words that will resonate with many people that we're going to be working with internally and externally.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you're listening, and actively listening, I'm sure, in terms of as you sit down with a founder, and you are then asking the right questions so you can get the right answers, so that you can, and then you've got to feed back to them going, so what you told me, I think, is this, which is tentative, active listening. So the North Star, is it a one page, a one sentence, a paragraph, or does it vary?
In most cases, it's a sentence. Sometimes a paragraph, but usually a sentence. I think of a North Star as essentially as it's our longest term. It's the least variable of all the things. And then we're going to have that as our guiding light, literally and figuratively. And then we're going to have a vision, which is it's more of a paragraph. That's a vivid description of an ideal future reality. We're going to set a time and a place, and that's going to become a point on the horizon that we're actually orienting towards more directly. And then we're developing a strategy to help us get to that point. So the vision is much more midterm. And then what we're figuring out is how are we going to get there? Whereas the North Star, it's bigger than that. So it allows us the ability to be a bit more vague in our language, a bit more aspirational. It's something that we probably will never reach, but it's going to help us make sure that we're happy with where we're going.